It's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk, and today I'm at the Texas Auto Riders Truck Rodeo. We have some trucks to compare. So fortunately, we had luck of getting this 2022 Chevy Silverado High Country as a loaner this week while we're in Texas. And then here at the event, boom, we have this 2022 Toyota Tundra with the Capstone Edition. Now these are both the top trim levels for the respective brands, but there's like a $5,000 difference, which has Phil and I talking about, is this really a GMC competitor, and that Chevy should be more of a Silverado versus the Platinum competitor? I don't know. Put your comments down below. But in this video, let's do some comparisons. Let's see which one we're gonna buy, and we're gonna start on all that stuff I talked about right now. Okay, let's talk about these two trucks. So we have the Tundra Capstone. We can tell about that by the grille. Every grille trim of the Tundra is a little bit different. In this case, we know it's a hybrid because we have a little blue behind the logo. We have it spelled out there, Tundra on the bottom. We have fog lamps. I like the look of the Capstone, the TRD Pro, and the Platinum the best. And we come on the sides, body color matched. Then we have the lights here, a little bit of air going in there as well. So that's what we have in the front of the Tundra. Now, on the Silverado, we have a little bit different look. We have the bow tie there. We do have our engine spelled out there in the top of the hood, which we can see a little spot here too, and the iForce Max on the hood too. So a little bit differences there. We have the big chrome going across in this particular trim. Again, different trims have blacked out, different things going on. We have the bumper here. We have some tow hooks here, which we have on the Tundra. Oh, we don't have tow hooks. Moving on. We have the lights here, daytime running lights, just a whole kind of different front end there as well. A little bit more design on the hood. You can see a little bit more styling there. On this Tundra, we have this line there and the side there. So I would say fairly similar trucks, similar looking front ends. It is interesting to see just the overall difference when you park together. I had a lot of people tell me that Tundra looked really small compared to other half-ton trucks. And when you put them parked next to each other, they don't. But let's go ahead and continue on the sides of these trucks. Okay, like I talked about, we have the air vents going down here. We have the body color match here, which I think looks really good. We have some big tires here. I was gonna look at the side actually and figure out what they were. They are R22s on this Capstone, because this is not really an off-road truck. This is more like a city truck, going out in town kind of truck. As you come on the side, we have the Capstone spelled out here. Nice little decal there, and we have a little nice kind of styling there. We have the chrome on the mirror caps. As we come around the side here, we have chrome on the door handles, and then we have a little bit, you can see the little swoopy nature here of the chrome going on there. This is black here. It's made to create like one look of a one solid window. Really does, I think it does the job of getting that done. Come around the sides, again, we have a nice styling with this like a white pearl color here, and then we have the tail lamps on the end. These are sequential. They make different lighting going across. We have a little bit of a styling cue here, and then on this particular model, because it's a Capstone, we have the step that auto deploys when you drop the tailgate, and you have the nifty trick like I just showed you on the side. I'll show you it again. The idea is if you're carrying a bunch of stuff and you decide you're carrying all this bulky stuff, you need to get in the bed, you can go like that, and the bed drops down. So you have the step come down, the bed drops down. This is really key because one of my complaints with the Tundra is if you don't have that step, you have nothing to step into. They took the little step away, and there is no cargo stake pocket to grab hold of here. You just got to grab across. This is a spray and bed line on this. We have the different tote tie downs. This is their utility track system. These things move back and forth. And we have the 220 volt hook up there as well. Okay, and one more thing I forgot. We have the chrome exhaust on the cover there, and so that's what you got on this Capstone and the exterior. Let's go ahead and talk about this new Silverado next to us as well. Okay, on the Silverado, we'll start from the back to the front. We do have the really handy step, goes in. You have a spot for the stake holder pocket. You can grab that and pull yourself into the truck pretty easily. Okay, and then we have this fancy tailgate. Multi-flex tailgate is what Chevy calls it. GM's got a different terminology for it, but basically you have a couple buttons. So this drops the whole tailgate. You press the top button again, drops that down, hold this down again. Boom, you have a step that goes in the cabin, or into the bed, reach this, grab that. Now this does have some kicker speakers that go in here as well. They're marine grade, they handle the weather. It's kind of cool though. You can sit back here, have a little beer in there, kick out your tunes, and enjoy whatever you got for that day. If you go up here, and I close this, I gotta go, there we go. One of the things that is nice is you have a little more, you can reach a little bit more into bed with that's down. But the other thing that's nice with this bed goes up, we drop the first one, we can just drop just this, and I've seen guys do this where they put a laptop up here, do some work, you know, they don't have to go inside the cab the whole time. This pops up as well, so you can haul some materials in here and have a little bit more of a, like a tie down spot where they don't move around as much. And then you can do that as well. When you drop this, you can pick this up too. And it just has a nice little kind of backstop for items in the bed. You know, it ties stuff down, just keeps it from moving around as much. Okay, inside the bed we have different tie-down spots. They don't have the utility track like the Toyota's got, but they have 9 tie-down spots, 9 little brackets there, going up and down. We have the same 120 volt, 400 watt hookup there. Again, I think the Tundra, actually I misspoke, I think it's 120 volt, 220 watts. I think, I gotta double check that one. Anyways, come around the sides. This really nice dark ash blue, I believe is the dark ash color. I call it blue, you guys call different things. I do like the rims on this Silverado. You have a little bit of chrome and you have a darker chrome, the brush chrome, and then you have this cover. I think it looks pretty cool. I like that cover quite a bit. Coming around the sides, we do have in this particular model, we have the really thick running boards that come out, really nice. They come back a little bit too, which is nice because then you can get back in there easily, more easily than you can. We have our stuff in here, excuse our stuff, but if you look, this is the new like night, I'm gonna get the word right, but it's a night kind of material here. It's like a dark blue. We do have a mostly full flat floor back there. You see the transmission up a little bit, and then we come around on the front. We'll talk more about this interior in a little bit, but this is really the big news. I would have said a couple years ago, this truck wasn't as competitive as it has been in other years because the interior was such a big miss. But this new interior, the new styling, the new design, the new shifter, I mean, new. I mean, it's 1,000 times new, and it is so much better. This is the night shift blue, jet black with night shift blue. You can see the like a blue jean kind of color here, and it just, the seats are more comfortable. Everything about this interior is just so much better. And we have that fantastic auto 4-wheel drive. A lot of people like this feature. It allows them to leave it in auto 4-wheel drive in the wintertime and stuff, and when the tire starts skidding, the truck starts skidding a little bit, boom, 4-wheel drive kicks on. So if we come around the front here, the only thing left to say is a 6.2 liter V8. It's a fantastic engine. It does require premium fuel, but it's very smooth off the line. It's made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. I like the 6.2 as well as I like the 3-liter inline 6 diesel. The 5.3, a little more sluggish, but these are really great powertrains these days. So with that said, let's go ahead and talk more about the interior of the Capstone. We'll talk more about the Silverado interior, and we'll get on the road and tell you some driving impressions. Okay, let's talk about this interior of this Toyota Tundra Capstone. In the rear, we're going to open this up. We have the same running boards come down. The only difference you're going to notice is, in most cases, it's fine. It would be nice if it a little bit more came over here so I can kind of, you know, get in that bed a little bit easier. I do like when they extend a little bit back. Looking back here, we do have some nice seating space back here. Open this up, we have some storage down here that we could use if it wasn't a hybrid. The hybrid, the battery sits back here, so you do lose that storage. It's kind of a pro and con with a hybrid system, but we do have these seats will come forward like this, then they pop forward, the back comes out here, and you have a little bit of storage behind there as well. We don't have the same kind of flat loading floor. We have transmission up back there, which has been pointed out in many different videos, and we have some USB hookups back there as well, as I believe these seats are the heated outboard seats. Yeah, heated and cooled outboard seats in the Tundra Capstone, which is pretty nice. And then we have some different styling with the white, with the brown, with the black. And so it's a really interesting look for a full-size truck, but it looks really sharp, really, at night and things like that when it's clean. We do have the really nice family-friendly screens for the rear seats. We come around the side here. Front door, one of the things I really like about this truck, and it's the stupid thing, is I love this. Rest my arm up here, go for road trips. It's nice, put my hand back and forth on the steering wheel. You don't always have to drive 10 and 2 when you're driving 9 hours across Nebraska. Over here we have that same kind of brown set seat buttons there as well. And then we have the, you know, the couple of things. We do have the seat bottom here. Actually extends for those who are a little bit shorter profile, different leg length. That's a nice feature there too, you find in the Capstone model. And then we'll get inside and we'll show you more of these features of this new interior. Oh, and before I forget, payload is 1,330 pounds, which will show on the screen too, which is always really important for towing and hauling people. All right, inside this Toyota Tundra, let's go ahead and start it up. So this is the hybrid powertrain. So I turn it on. and nothing happens. And then the engine turns on. So what we're doing is we're running off battery power first before the engine kicks on. The engine will charge the battery and use the battery power. So we don't have an EV driving mode only, but we have that hybrid powertrain working with in line with the engine. So we have a new digital display on this. So you have lower trim models will have a analog display, then digital. This is digital with the iForce Max, and you can see the iForce Max there, which is your battery power limit and how much is charged. And then we have the door open because whatever. But we have different drive modes. Apparently we're in comfort mode, and screw that. Let's go to Sport Plus mode. There we go, because that's the most fun. And then that changes there. You can see a little bit of change there on the screen here. This is new infotainment screen, and it's been fully redone. I always have mine in dark mode. This is the white mode that shows you the daytime viewing of that. The cooled seats are on. I'll turn these down because the cooled seats are actually pretty loud, which is kind of interesting. I do have air suspension as well, and I have a manual air suspension mode too, and so I can change my settings. Nothing's coming up. Camera, we can change the camera view. This is kind of a cool view. It shows you around the vehicle when you're sitting still. Traction control button, and we have the this is a trailer setup assistance thing where it'll back trailer up for you. But there's much more trailer technology in this, including emergency braking, all kinds of stuff. There's a full video of that at Toyota's Proving Grounds. Check the video above on that. We have a wireless charger here. We have the cup holders, and we have the his and her kind of armrest here for the center console. This goes back pretty handy to get in there. And then we have a little bit of storage bin on top and a big bin when you have it up. So that's basically the new interior here on the Toyota Tundra that came out in 2023. The 2022 is going to be a 2023 model in this one as well. What they say, it's basically a 2022. There's nothing really changed model year to model year except for like an SX package. Let's go ahead and go for driving this. Okay, out on the road here with the Toyota Tundra Capstone. A few things noticed about this vehicle is the Capstone's got acoustic glass on the front and windshield and the sides, and it's really fast. the hybrid powertrain, it's really quick because you have the battery plus the gasoline engine, the 3.5 liter twin turbo V6, and yeah, it is quite impressive. Now this got, like I said, air suspension back there, and so I have a better ride quality than I do with the non-air suspension Tundra. Is it a lot? Is it something to ride home about? Is it amazing? No. Is this truck a lot quieter than the other trucks because of acoustic glass? Sort of. You can watch that video as well. It's a couple decibels difference. It does make a difference though, long distance, and I think on a busier streets than this is in the middle of Texas with nothing around me. But good power delivery, lots of torque with that hybrid, how they set up. Not so much better fuel economy, keep that in mind. Good towing off the line power when you have hooked up with the load. Smooth, it's one of the smoother riding Tundras on the market, and it's a big improvement from the prior generation. This independent rear suspension with the 5-link coil suspension back there is just better than a solid axle rear for ride comfort. And again, you'll see a bunch of videos. I've done a bunch of towing with the Limited I had. You can see how much squat you get with that setup as far as those differences for the Tundra. Sorry, every time you turn around you gotta like pay attention to stuff. Let's do one of these jobbers. Let's not have somebody come out with a shotgun and scare me away because they don't know what I'm doing. That'd be bad. Okay. Yeah, so good power delivery, lots of great passing power. It feels like a really strong and powerful truck, and it is with the powertrain setup. So handling's fine. I have little steering wheel inputs. I make the truck moves pretty good. I also have all the safety technology, all the adaptive cruise, all that kind of stuff you have going on in different trucks as well. And so yeah, I've owned it. I've enjoyed driving it around. I've said many times, the engineering in this truck is very solid. I don't know about some of the infotainment system, I don't know about some styling issues, but yeah, overall the Tundra is much improved, and it is a really strong competitor now. Whereas before, it was just kind of, well, it was old. So let's hop into new Silverado and talk more about that truck. All right, let's talk about the ride quality of the High Country Silverado versus the Toyota Tundra Capstone. Well, unfortunately, we made a boo-boo. So on the way back to the airport, Phil and I got talking. We forgot to shoot the video on the ride quality and the driving impressions of this Silverado High Country. But happened to be in a Trail Boss this week, and I thought, well, I can mostly talk about it. Now, this Trail Boss has bigger tires, so it doesn't ride as well as a High Country will ride, because off-road tires, that's how this stuff works. But I can tell you, in all my years of doing this, I've had a hard time distinguishing which brand has better ride quality, Ram or Chevy. And the reason I say Ram was they're one of the first to come up with the 5-link coil suspension, which is the same as used in the Toyota Tundra Capstone. I've always thought the ride quality is pretty close, and I think Chevys have always ridden pretty well, regardless of this really terrible road I'm on. But yeah, I've always thought they've ridden pretty well. I've always felt it was pretty comfortable as far as behind the wheel. The seats have always been questioned, but these seats are better. It's odd. But the steering wheel input is nice and easy. Not much going on there. Don't feel like I'm doing much effort, and that's in this Trail Boss. That Silverado rode more like a Cadillac than this does, just because, again, off-road gear, that kind of stuff. But we're talking about the difference between the Silverado High Country and the Tundra Capstone. Toss up for me. I'd be hard pressed to tell you one drives better than the other, one has better performance than the other. I mean, they both have pretty solid powertrains, and Chevy gives you lots of choices in different powertrains. So, you know, you can go through compare them 2.7 at 5.3 or 6.2 or the 3-liter diesel versus Toyota that only offers the 1. I like choices. I like different powertrains, so I tend to side with Chevy as far as behind the wheel. But overall ride comfort and suspension, yeah, that's a toss-up. Put your comments below. What do you guys think? Also check the videos over here, website down below as well, pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.